Justin Fields showed us all a Warriors mentality in a brutal game that the Bears lost by inches. Last night's game was tough to watch. Justin Fields took a brutal beating. It was literally painful to watch at times. There were multiple times in that game where I didn't know how Fields could keep going. He would get right back up and move on to the next play. He showed incredible amounts of toughness and leadership last night. Like most fans, I was numb after the game. After everything that happened, think about it. 3 times in that game, we were inside the opponent's 5-yard line and scored 0 points from it. We also fumbled a punt and gave them another 7 points. That is a 28-point swing, and we lost the game by 5 points and were literally an inch short of winning the game. That's a lot. This loss hurts. Having over 10 days until we play again only makes things worse. Let me make one thing clear though. We beat ourselves. Failure to execute is why we lost this game. The Commanders did not beat us. We outgained them in total yardage 392 to 214. We nearly doubled their total yardage. We ran for over 200 yards on the ground again. We controlled the field position and time of possession. We also had less penalties. Our biggest failure was simply not being able to finish. 3 red zone drives, all inside the 5-yard line, 0 total points. We also had 2 turnovers and failed to execute in key situations. We should have won this game by 2 touchdowns easily. We held Carson Wentz to 86 net yards passing after he torched the Titans and Lions defense for about 350 yards per game in those two. We also did what we wanted on offense most of the game. Our offense was sloppy and ugly, but moved the ball well most of the day. Watching Justin Fields take a beating like that was just brutal. We need to convert in the red zone, plain and simple. If we scored a single TD on any one of those 3 trips inside the 5, we win the game. If we kick 2 field goals out of those 3 drives, we win the game. If Velus Jones Jr. doesn't fumble a punt and give the Commanders another 7 points, we win the game. If Ryan Griffin runs his route out or Fields takes a bit off a throw, we win the game. If Darnell Mooney doesn't bobble the final catch, we win the game. I could keep going all day long. We beat the Commanders in every aspect of the game, but failed to convert long drives into points. We still should have won this game. Justin Fields ran for 50 yards on 2 big runs to put us in position to win the game. Once again, though, we were unable to convert a 1st and goal into any points, and for the second time of the game, we were stopped just inches short of what would have been a game-winning touchdown. Now, let me quickly tell you why the loss isn't so bad at the end of the day. It was not fun to watch. It was brutal. Look at the overall talent on this roster. We need more talent around our young quarterback. The 2 most possible outcomes for this season as it plays out are like this. We beat teams like the Commanders and stay in contention, possibly sneaking into the playoffs as a number 7 seed. In that situation, our talent deficiencies most likely get exposed and we leave with a 1st-round exit. The other scenario is that we continue playing teams tough in close games, but lose some of these games, fall short of the playoffs, but build momentum towards the end of the year. We then add more talent in free agency and the draft and become legit playoff contenders in 2023. Which scenario would you prefer? It's hard for me. I always prefer we win games and would love to sneak in the playoffs and show potential late in the season. I also wouldn't mind having a top 10 pick next year in the draft either. I still disagree with anyone saying we will pick inside the top 3. No way that happens if Fields stays upright. Top 10 is possible, but there are too many bad teams in the NFL, especially the NFC. which is why even at 2-4, and after that awful loss last night, we still aren't that far out of the 7 seed in the NFC. If we were in the AFC, it would be a different story, but the NFC is going through some turmoil. Getting to that 7 seed might not take that many wins. Close games like this could potentially be the difference in making the playoffs or having a pick in the top 10 next season. I'm not rooting for either one, but just pointing out that since we aren't Super Bowl contenders this season, having a better draft pick next year is not a bad thing. We have all of our picks for once, and we also have by far the most cap space in the entire NFL. We will bring in talent around our quarterback. The key to this season is keeping him alive and letting him continue to get comfortable in this league. I think we could see some changes on the offense after this 10-plus day break. Getsy and the entire offense have some self-evaluating to do. Our pass protection has been simply unacceptable. I will be doing another video on the offensive line over the next few days, but no quarterback has faced a higher percentage of pressures per dropback since ESPN started tracking pressures in 2009. Bottom line, Fields needs more help on offense. I know fans are mad. I am too. Last night sucked, but I've said all along there are going to be lots of ups and downs. Last night was a horrible way to lose, but we beat them on offense and defense all night long. We just failed to finish. We lost that game. They did not beat us. Let me leave you with this final thought. If Mooney catches that ball and we win the game, fans are acting completely different today. It's that simple. We win the game, and people forget about a lot of the ugliness. We lost to the Commanders, though, so fans are on edge, which is perfectly fine, but please calm down on trashing Justin Fields. He's still going to be special. Thank you. Stay tuned after the video. I got a little bit of the press conference from Justin Fields so you can hear him saying it himself. Remember to hit that like button for me, guys. And until next time, bear down.
Finish. That's it. That's the gist of the whole game. Finish. We didn't finish. Missed a wide open touchdown pass. Didn't finish. 4th and 1. Handed the ball up to Demo. Couldn't finish it. Last play. Couldn't finish it. There's multiple plays in that game that we could have made to, change the whole game, but the summary of it all is we didn't finish. And, it doesn't matter if you drive all the way down to the 1-yard line and don't score. So, that's the same thing as a 3-and-out and you punt inside the 10. So it's the same thing. So just the biggest thing is just finishing.